All right, thank you for joining us for this episode of Inside the Investigation, where we are talking about the unsolved murder of Tiquan Smith. We are here with mom and dad, mom Sharon, dad Kenneth. Years now, and really no answers.
None.
And, you know, especially on a day like today, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, when we're talking about justice so much, you guys don't have justice in your hearts.
No, not at all.
So what I want to do first is talk about your son. In general terms, if you were, you know, about to, you know, preview someone to meeting him, what would you say about
I would
Tiquan?
say that he's a person that will go out of his way to either make sure that you are okay. He'll put you before himself. And everything that he does, he always want to see how you feeling, how you doing, what's going on with you. And many people that know him would know that that was him, you know. Never was selfish, always about somebody else's feelings or how they would feel, how they would move. He'll check in with you. Just a caring and loving person. As a son, as a father, as a friend, you could find many qualities in him.
2 little girls too.
As a dad, he was all about his kids, loving on them. He was a single dad. So he took on that challenge and ran with it as a single dad.
Because that's, I mean, you got to do their hair in the morning.
Yes.
You got to, you know, really get in touch with your feminine side.
Yes. And he used to make sure that someone could do their hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing it.
So he would do
My
that.
dad tried, but it wasn't good.
Comb back.
Yeah. And because I would do one of their hairs on Sunday. So he would make sure their clothes were out. One of them, the clothes were out, you know, ready for school.
Right.
So he was a good dad.
Yeah.
He was a good dad.
And how was he with you? How was that dynamic with your son, Kenneth?
Me and Ty were like, even though he's in his 30s and I'm in my mid to late 50s, it was almost like a big brother or older. He was always the person that I could, if I ever needed any resource, needed to get in touch with someone, needed any type of assistance, there was no doubt that Ty was going to be the person. Always, I mean, reliable, dependable, just a quality that you don't see in people his age group anymore. I mean, the coolest.
Attest to that, being in his age group. So.
Yes. I can't even come up with a good word. Just phenomenal person. You would always, everyone would want to be around him.
That's right.
Have him in their company.
Like a very contagious, seems like.
Absolutely.
We have a couple of those people here at Wavy. And the
Always
second they walk into the newsroom, you light up because you can't help it because they're so happy.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
Magnet.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was an awesome kid.
We call him the centerpiece.
Yep.
The centerpiece.
Yes. So,
Holds it all together.
Yes. And nobody would ever know when he's hurting. Because he would never tell you how he was hurting on the inside.
Yeah.
And his favorite line was, I ain't tripping.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I ain't tripping because he would hide his feelings to make sure that you were okay.
Yeah. Didn't want you worrying about him.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So take me to that day.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you can start.
Take me to what you remember first thing. Was it waking up to a call? Was it...
So it was in the evening on a Sunday. Earlier that day, me and Ty was out together picking up a refrigerator, a deep freezer. So we spent that majority of the day riding around, laughing, joking, having a really good time. He left and said he was going to go visit some friends. And then he came back to pick up his oldest daughter, Nia. And we had spaghetti for dinner. So he came in, he went to the cabinets to get a glass or a plate. And I said, hey, man, don't mess up this kitchen. I just finished washing it. And he turned and looked at me and laughed. And he was like, okay, I'm not going to mess it up.
Right.
And he packed his food.
Right.
And he said, I'm headed out. I got to take somebody home. Right? So the next thing I remember is my younger daughter,
Which
Kimmy,
was
she
2.
came downstairs and she said, Nia left her bear. And she started crying, like saying he has to come back to give her bear. She can't sleep without it. And I was like, it's no big deal. They can do it tomorrow. They can get it tomorrow. But she was adamant about him coming back.
757 homeowners and business owners. A1 American is your seasonal comfort hero, bringing you same-day ice-cold AC and perfect plumbing. A1 American will rescue leaky toilets, faucets, dripping shower heads, water heaters, and slow drains now. We keep your air conditioning running efficiently in the hot days ahead. Same-day service. Schedule your air conditioning and plumbing repairs today. Call before noon Monday through Friday and save $100.
We're not just A1, we're A1 American. Call us today.
Well, we were laying down.
Yeah.
And then my mother called and she said, Sharon, they can't get in contact with Ty. And I said, they can't get in contact with Ty. She was like, no, Diane on the phone, she was talking to him. And he didn't hear it. She didn't hear anything. She was hollering in the phone. So she was hollering in the phone for about a good 30 minutes. Because by the time I jumped up, got down the street, looking for him, she was still on the phone calling his name. And I went to his friend's house because they said he went over there to watch the football game. So I went over there, bamming on their door. Nobody came to the door. I came back around. I was trying to just circle around, see if I could see him. I'm just on Military Highway in George Washington.
So you're kind of just going, you're just hoping you run into something, see something.
Right.
Because someone said something about an accident.
No, I didn't see that part. But when I came down George Washington and I saw police lights down to the right, because I was coming back up this way.
Okay.
And something said, circle around. So I made a U-turn around in the street and went that way up Military Highway because I was coming up George Washington. And then I saw his car under the fence on the side of the road. And my oldest daughter, she's with me and she's hollering. She's like, no, ma, no, ma, no, ma, no, ma, no, ma. And I get out.
Is that the one who was, she was with you?
Yeah,
or?
she was with me. Not my baby girl, but I got an older daughter too.
Right.
And she was like, no, ma, no, ma, no, ma, no, ma. And I pulled over to the side and the police officer was like, this is a homicide. I mean, nothing just... And I'm like, a homicide? What are you saying? A homicide? Get back in the car. And he was hollering at me.
Did he not know who you were at that
And
point,
I
you
said,
think?
that's my son. That's my son. And I'm calling him. I'm saying, Ty. And I'm not getting a response. I'm in the middle of the street, distraught. And this police officer said, it's a homicide. Get back in the car. Get back in the car. My daughter in the car crying and carrying on. I don't know what's going on because the last conversation we had was she was on the phone with him and we trying to find him.
Right.
And he's over here. The car drifted under the fence on Military Highway. And it's a market there. We've been there, but it drifted over there. And I'm still calling him. And the police are like, you got to get in your car and move. Get in your car and move.
Move where?
That's what.
Where you want me to go? My baby's right there. I ain't going nowhere.
So I ended up going down the street to this gas station in the dark because they said can't nobody go back down there.
So what was the temperature like? What was the time?
It was cold.
Sunday,
Cold.
November.
So it was like 8-something at night, but it was cold.
Okay.
But the temperature changed because it was like warm when he came and got her, right? So the temperature dropped just that fast. But when we got down there, it was cold. I'm standing down there at the corner of the gas station with nothing. And I mean, they had blocked the street off. And I'm just sitting down there looking. But then when I'm looking down there, nobody's saying anything. I'm telling the police officer, I'm his mama.
And they're not saying nothing, but then they want to yell at you that there's a homicide.
Right.
Not gentle at all.
No. And I think, and I don't want to bring it here, but when you have a mother that is distraught like that.
100%. You should be trained to handle things
There you go.
with a little more grace and a little more heart.
Right.
Unless they were so confused at how this happened in that moment, they didn't know up from down either because the suspect was nowhere to be found, right?
Right.
But still,
Right.
you're making it clear that you're mom. So when you're at the gas station, how far away can you see his car at that point in that angle? No. Okay.
2 blocks. 2
Okay.
or 3
I
blocks.
couldn't see his
So
car.
you're just waiting blind,
Right,
basically.
right. And I'm walking back and forth. But then, like I told the police officer, I noticed there was a truck here. And 2 guys were standing outside the truck. So I'm looking like, why are they here
The gas station?
at the gas station? And one of them was walking to the corner, but the truck was going back and forth like they didn't know what they was going to do. They drove up, came back, drove up, reversed. And then something kicked in because my daughter was in the car. And I don't know if they was a part of it or not, because I'm wondering why they sitting here.
Right.
So I jumped in the car and I drove across the median because I didn't know why these guys were sitting here. And I took off and I went back down that way when they told me not to go back down there, but I didn't know if I was in harm's way that
Right.
night.
Yeah, for sure.
So then when I went down there, they finally said this parking lot is like a
Like a cell phone lot kind of a thing?
It's
a truck
satellite parking.
yeah.
Okay.
So we parked over
container
there.
yard.
Yeah. But when we parked there, he was like down the street still. Yeah, and everybody just gathered from there.
When you initially get on scene and you see it's his car, what's standing out to you about the scene? Did it look like it was a bad collision with the fence? Did it look like, were there any items on the ground? Was there any piece of another car possibly that was left there?
It just looked like he coasted under the fence because there's no damage to the car. For some reason, he coasted. So I'm thinking that whoever shot him, he coasted right on under the fence. Because he has a manual.
Yeah.
So
So it wouldn't have been able to
right,
keep up.
right. So as soon as he came out, he coasted right under the fence.
So once family starts gathering and police are actually communicating with you, what do they say?
When we all gathered, if you can remember,
I got there a little bit late because I was still home with the youngest.
yeah, but when we all gathered there, I remember.
Because at this point, you don't know he's shot. You don't know if it's
Right,
just
right.
a random, like if he had a fender, but you don't really
Right.
know outside of
Well,
the homicide.
when he gathered there, when we all gathered there, and the detectives came and all that, they took his body and stuff. They said that he was shot in the head.
Yeah. They basically said,
So it won't know, you know what I'm saying? When he was shot in the head, I'm like, shot in the head? What?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
No tact, no sympathy, empathy, nothing. The victim was shot in the head.
Yeah,
That's all we could tell you, man.
that's all. Yeah,
And walked away. We was like, well, how do we get a detective? Who do we contact?
they
How do
did give
we-
us a card. Yeah.
Wow.
Right. So,
And when did they tell you what they were doing to track down whoever was responsible? Because the first 48 hours,
No.
as you know, are crucial.
no. My wife told them that when she was parked at the gas station, that she noticed a pickup truck. That the 2 people, the driver stayed in, the passenger got out and was walking forward, backwards, looking a little nervous, suspectful. But as she said, she jumped in the car and drove away out of fear. We had the detectives go back to that gas station to try to pull the cameras.
Yeah.
And there's a 7-Eleven also across the street. We wanted to know, could they get the cameras from there to look to see if anything matches
Suspicious.
that truck. But we never got any good feedback from Chesapeake Police Department.
So you don't know if they did have.
We
To
don't.
get any video
We only know
footage.
that the gas station on the intersection of Military Highway and what's that?
George Washington.
No, Military in Portsmouth, that gas station.
Oh, Cavalier Manor Boulevard.
Cavalier Manor Boulevard and Military Highway. We don't know if they got the screen, the video from 7-Eleven, but there's a gas station right there at the intersection. They said it was too fuzzy, too grain, too blurry for them to.
It was too dark for them to
Right.
see.
They knew it was a pickup truck, but they couldn't get make, model, or anything. So what we started doing is we went to the truck parking lot, was asking, hey, do you have camera? By use of FOIA, can we, if you have cameras, can we get a copy? Can we, whatever we could do to try to assist Chesapeake, we were trying to do. Because they were still building the Bojangles. I think the Wawa was open. I think it was open. And we asked them, could you check the Wawa? Can you check the other 7-Eleven at the intersection of Military and George Washington? any camera, any hotel camera, McDonald's camera, anything that any asset available. I even asked that, we see on TV all the time that they have the cell phone pinging and you can detect what phones were in the area at the time of the incident. And it was basically, we don't have that technology. We can't do that.
I wonder if they have to have a number or something initially, like it's hard to do a broad search instead of,
Right.
you know what I mean? Because normally it's like, okay, you're looking for this phone where it pings versus like, but
if
in 20, especially now.
Right.
So what evidence did they find?
Nothing. We haven't heard anything.
Did they find the bullet, what kind of gun it maybe belonged to?
We haven't heard anything.
Nothing. Not a thing.
Now, if you can get those answers,
Nothing.
we haven't heard anything. Because even though, like my husband said, if they had a cell phone, his cell phone was still on, my son's, right? Until she hung it up. So it was still going maybe about an hour or two because she wouldn't hang the phone up. She was still calling his name. And she was there, and they was like, hang the phone up, he's not going to answer. But if she was still on the phone, they could connect the dots with that.
Right.
But we haven't heard anything.
And for that time of the evening, there couldn't have been that much traffic.
That's what I was thinking. This isn't rush hour.
Right.
What day of the week?
Sunday night.
Yeah.
So that was the simple things that I'm not a detective, I'm not a
Right.
policeman. Just
What
common
about
sense things that
the
we
highway
ask.
cameras? I mean, we pulled.
They
those.
don't record.
Yeah, they said that at that intersection that those cameras are only for traffic monitoring, that they don't record. But in the event that something happens, I'm quite sure it's going to record it.
That's interesting because we have our VDOT cameras, and now those are constant streams. I don't know if 2 years ago they were, but
Right.
I would think as long as I can remember, they've been constant streams, and if an accident happens, we can zoom in,
Right.
pull
That's
it.
Same thing we asked.
Yeah.
And because he dropped his friend off down in Suffolk, I do remember that the detective said that they followed him up until he got to like Military Highway from the interstate.
Yeah, the camera
When they
was able
picked-
to.
the camera
so
was
they
able to
did
pick-
catch him in
Yep.
some way.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Did they say if they zoom, like, could they see if he looked distraught? Could they see if anything looked weird or?
No.
No, and because he was on the phone with his girlfriend, he told her, "Babe, somebody's following me."
His car was found off George Washington,
Military.
Military.
off
Highway,
Military
uh-huh.
Highway. And this was after he had tried to divert this person away.
Right. So he was on the interstate. So if he got off on military, the first military exit, right, or if he got off back at
Military
Joe's
Deep Creek.
Deep Creek,
I see
or
what
if he
you're
got
saying.
off at the other one, by Joe's, what's that, Frank's truck stop?
Oh, yeah.
So we don't know which exit he got off at.
Got it.
So I don't know how far that he was traveling until they had to shoot him probably by Cavalier Manor Boulevard in that exit for him to roll down that way. Because he couldn't roll that far depending on which exit he got
Right.
off at. And I'm thinking if he got off at the Deep Creek exit, no, what's that, military
Yeah,
exit.
military.
And then he came past Cavalier Manor Boulevard exit right there.
Right.
It had to happen between that black
Yeah.
area right there.
Yeah, it's a whole space with
No
very
lights.
limited lights.
It's dark in that area.
There's no cameras, just trees, and then you have the truck the container yard on the right, and then there was another container yard right directly across on the left. So we asked for cameras if
And
they had
nothing.
anything, and they said no, we don't have anything.
What kind of car was he driving? What
It's
year? What
a
model?
Volkswagen Jetta wagon.
What color?
It's a
Green.
dark green.
Okay.
Dark green. I can't remember what year it is, but
But what was his Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
He had a BWS. He was into Black Wall Street and all that.
Like a bumper sticker?
No, it was big on the back of his one.
like not a banner, but you know when you get the press on your glass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those type.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about, did you guys ever see the car after the incident? Like,
It's
We still waiting to
it's
get
still impounded
What?
at Chesapeake.
We
in
don't
the-
call
in the
to
lot.
get his car.
We drove down and seen the car
Yeah.
parked against the fence.
Seriously?
And it moved,
Yeah.
but it's still being held for evidence. I don't know what evidence is there 3
That's
years
right.
later.
well, didn't they just tell you that
That's
sometimes these cases don't get solved?
that's right.
because you don't do any work to solve them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I could think of.
That's frustrating.
I don't call.
So they haven't told you what evidence they found in the car at all.
Nothing, not a word.
So the last thing you know is that he's telling his girlfriend, someone's following me. Things go silent. And she's just on the phone with him for 30 plus minutes, yelling his name. No response.
No response.
What does your heart tell you about what happened that night? Do you think it was road rage? Do you think maybe, because we've covered a lot of road rage. People snap and they don't know how to control their tempers. And, do you think it was something like that? Do you think it was targeted? Do you think someone was following him intentionally and had it out for him for something else?
That never crossed that mind that someone would have something against
hurt
him
him.
to hurt him.
Right. Right.
The one thing is, during that time frame, there were some shootings. I know in Portsmouth, a guy, church deacon, was shot in the leg. There was a blue Chevrolet that they had on the news.
I remember
Never
that
know
case. Yes,
anything.
yes.
I think on 64 right here in Portsmouth, a couple of shootings. I think coming from Suffolk, someone else was found shot after Ty. And we they said road rage, this, that, and the other, but
We don't know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
But when the girlfriend was on the phone, did she say if he was like yelling at this person, like, what do you want? Like any background
No,
noise?
She just said, babe, somebody following me.
yeah.
What do you want to get out to the community most? Do you mind holding one of his photos up, by the way, at this point as we wrap up here?
Family photo.
Whichever you would like best.
The big-
Maybe one
yeah,
for
yeah,
each of you.
yeah.
One of y'all can hold one and
Okay.
one of y'all can hold the other one. No. He was a Rams fan?
Chargers.
Chargers, okay.
I cannot
So,
declare.
what's your final call as you hold these photos? Let me move this
Can
a
I-
little bit. Yeah. If you speak though, you'll have to project a little bit over there. What's your call to the community for answers?
If anybody knows something, have seen anything, please speak up. We're still waiting on answers, and we're still waiting on justice. Today is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, and we're celebrating that. But we're celebrating. We want people to know that he still lives in our hearts from day to day, and that we love him so very much, along with his 2 kids. So if you know something, you've seen something, please reach out to the Chesapeake Police Department.
And you guys aren't gonna give up, obviously.
No, we're not gonna give up.
Which is why you're still here years later
Yes,
fighting for
yes.
this.
It'll be till I'm dead and gone. And I say each day that go by, it'll be a day closer to me seeing my son again.
Anything else you'd like to add, Kenneth?
If you've seen something, I said this in the past, please, you don't know how it feels to lose someone so close to you, lose the centerpiece of your family. You have children who no longer have their father, brothers and sisters who no longer have their brother, and it affects a whole entire community. Not just mom, dad, it's family, it's friends, it's people from all walks of life that Ty has affected in a positive way. So we would appreciate, if you know something, please reach out to the police department. There's no reason to be afraid. Just say something. If you see something, say something, as they always say. If you remember seeing something November 20th, 2022, please reach out to the Chesapeake Police Department. We would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And that wraps up this episode of Inside the Investigation, the unsolved case of Tiquan Smith. Thank you so much for tuning in.